was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle, under pressure that will break a foe. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Welcome, everybody. We're back on another episode of the Hustle Podcast. Woo. We have a special guest, Mr. Number Juan.
Very special.
He came in last minute, clutch. We actually had a rescheduling today, and
I almost teleport myself.
Yeah, this guy, like that, he was here.
Was here with
Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for the invitation. Nice to meet you.
For sure, nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to see you again.
We already know.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time. Number Juan
Gio
is the guy at every show that at the end of the show, he'd be outside offering everyone a little smoke, you know? Especially me. I remember this one time we were at a show together and I finished performing and you're like, Talia, you're a goddess. You're a goddess. He was like everyone's hype man without being their hype man. So it's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And you're a good artist too, man. I saw you perform too that night.
Yeah, well, it was, you saw me like I sing, like in the show that I organize, I sing not a lot, but I sang. In the past,
sang, rapped.
Yeah. I sang like not so much, you know, like maybe like 2-3 songs, but the song that I sing, I want to perform a lot, but I have to do the door also and the animation and so.
Yeah, you were handling everything. You were wearing 5 hats.
Well, not everything, but
as a lot of things.
A lot of things that I have to handle, and my partner also, like Chucky from Terrebonne, also like big up to Chucky Terrebonne. Like she was also in the part of the business, and we have all responsibility in the show, and it's important. Like it's a teamwork.
Mm-hmm. You guys, how many you organize? Like 40 shows?
Actually, yeah, about 40 shows in 1 year and a half. And the last one was in February 2020. I think we receive Tactica from City of Quebec, Explicit. And they came, and it was a very nice show, and it was the last show. And we also perform as a guest from first part, and show that we have a big event, like main event. We of course take advantage and sing in the opening, because we've been doing this a lot of time. But we also put a minimum person, with more responsibility over the artist, also that to bring some people in, because it's all part of a teamwork. If we all do what we got to do,
if the machine
can have a big event,
Yeah, if you have a well-oiled machine, everything just moves smoothly.
Yeah, nobody want to sing in front of 10 person, So.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is true. I have to say, every show that he hosted was always well organized. People were always in good spirit, and they always knew how to start up the show and get people going. So
and at some point, you start up the show, and I'm animated at the door, it's people are waiting. Just hold on for a second. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. I remember every show he'd come outside, he'd like, guys, go inside, it's starting, let's go. And then he would get everyone from outside smoking inside.
That's what I like too. It's like not most promoters would do that. Like let's say the other artist is performing inside. Right. Most other promoters wouldn't come outside and tell everybody, come inside and support, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watch the guy do his thing.
Yeah, well, right now, it's cool and I look cool, but sometimes, people say I'm annoying.
No.
Well, I prefer to be annoying, and persistent, like, and annoying, and annoy people to go inside, and support other, because you don't want to sing in front of nobody either. So.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna defer to you with a question, but first I got a statement.
Yeah.
One thing about the Montreal surrounding area hip hop scene that I find personally is that for whatever reason I find the French hip hop scene to be a lot more supportive of one another than the English scene.
Okay.
Why do you think that is?
That's a good question. Like for me to answer that would be to think about all the occasion I have to be in part of show from French rap, because I've been in some English show, and I cannot tell by experience. Oh, I see what you mean, but in French show, French rap, I think it's about it's a minority of person who do that, and we find each other easily, and we can support each other, but really it's a matter of perception, because in the French community, there's also competition and a competitive rap.
For sure.
And there's also like people that like are not working with others; they're working for them only, and it's okay because it's part of the rap thing. Also, I think like to act for yourself,
Not
you know,
everybody can
and
be
for your
friends, you know?
ego in guillemets, but you know, like it's part of it. It's part of the game, but you know, at some point, some people like manage it very good and like find a way to work with other person, because the more person you include in your project, well, the more successful your project will be, because there's more person that will share it, more person that
Yeah,
will
the
love it,
unity
more
brings
person.
people together, and people want to support each other, and so
But it's not like that on the English scene.
It's
even
not,
even
no.
with a lot of the French artists, if you notice when somebody will drop an album, a mixtape, an EP,
Share it.
there's the sharing aspect as well, but from the collaborative aspect, they collaborate a lot more. I find a lot of the English artists,
Yeah.
we don't collaborate with each other as much, and I don't know if
Yeah.
it's because this like the English scene is a little bit smaller and we kind of all know each other, so there's that kind of like I know this guy, like fuck this guy, you know?
yeah.
I don't know. I just find the French rap scene, they support each other a lot
And I
more.
think with the French scene too, it's that there's more access to funding when it comes to these ventures.
That's
you know?
true.
When
But
it comes to music,
That's true.
it's more easily to get.
You mean
funding.
like des subventions puis des bourses and things like that?
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's another kind of perception, because the money raised the fund that you can find or found,
Yeah.
whatever. L'argent que tu peux trouver là-dedans, well, you can find it like in English also, like Musique Action. There's the English part also, and there's a lot of private fund also that you can find. You only need to hustle and search, you know. By hustling is meaning by do it yourself, I guess, and like part of it is searching the keyword that are referred to what are you looking for, you know, as when you search on your best friend Google, you go there, you know, it's my best friend because, you know, this guy know everything about me, you know.
I agree on that
Yeah,
aspect. I agree on that aspect, but I also think that there's more of a market for French.
Yeah.
Here, for
music.
sure.
Especially in
There's more of a
Quebec, of
market, so
course.
it's easier to sell it in the sense that if you come out with an album tomorrow and you're promoting it very heavily, and so French artist comes out with their album and they're promoting it heavily, I think the French artist is going to get more feedback.
Yeah.
More people are going to
More
listen to it. Maybe
recognition.
there might be somebody that wants to fund
Well,
something. I don't
French
know.
people are severe also, you know, and judging on the first view, you know, it's also happening here. So I guess it's a point of view, because like in the French rap also you can get not supported and put apart and ridiculized also, and whatever, criticize. So and the way the people support, you know, like you were saying, they do more collabs, you know. Well, it's only the bigger that do collabs with the bigger, you know, and they so in this point of view, the shining is always with the same people
Yeah.
over the top,
It's
you
always
know.
the same
It is
people.
true.
So
That is
you're
true.
gonna feel the same way also in the English part, you know, and it's part of the, I guess, the industry to go further in your experience and in your way. So you go up, you know, started from the bottom, now here.
Yeah.
So I
You
guess
know,
it's the same thing, you know. When people go upper another level, well, they stick with other people that are the same
That are
level
the
of
same
them,
level, for
and
sure,
then
for
you
sure.
know together they go upper.
Yeah.
So
And
I-
you make a great point about that, because when there's certain levels to the game and there's certain artists, us looking into it as Anglos, like
Yeah,
English
we're on
speaking,
the outside
yeah,
looking
we
in.
don't really
For
know
sure.
every
That's
French
true.
artist out there, so there
Yeah.
could be hundreds of them that we don't know about it. And
Yeah, and I don't know like all of the English rapper, and it's also nice because, you know, it's everything is to find out, you know, and
Exactly,
to
Yeah.
to learn
discover.
about, you know.
Yeah.
to
But you know what?
discover.
Also on a street level, the French boy them are getting a lot of money in the streets too.
Yeah.
That's a super fact. That's why like there is like for sure they definitely have they definitely get maybe a bit of a preference for funding in Quebec, but also on their own, like you said before, these guys are putting up a lot of their own money as well, and that gets overlooked. These guys are getting money in the streets, bro.
yeah, they're doing something
You
to
know?
get the money, you know, they're getting it.
Ooh, yeah, well, for my experience, I've seen a lot of things, But yeah, there's a lot of money that's making his way in this industry and all over related. And just to put it this way, everyone is hustling to get his money. But for myself, what I did is doing show, is working out my albums. I got out one first album in 2015 after maybe 20 years of waiting. So maybe I was scared or something, but I did it after because I saw my daughter and things like that. And I didn't want to spend the rest of my life saying, go to your dream, and I didn't do it.
You don't want to not do it and then get older and have to think about what if,
and I try to teach her something that I can't even do. So from that day, I decided, I will always go through it and always till the end, and whatever happened, that's what I've been doing, and it's fun, because sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's fun, but mainly it's fun because you do what you want in your heart, and I can spend the time also with my daughter, and that's a choice I decide to make, and that's part of my dream also to live it with her, so. But I know it's my dream, for the part of hustling, as I was selling album, and I sell like 1,000 album, hands to hands, all around.
That's heavy work, man.
All around Quebec, and the first 100 album I go deliver to the houses.
Hand delivered with an autograph.
Yeah, but this is hand delivered to the address they
Right
give, because they thought they was gonna receive it by mail.
Yeah.
And the first 100 all over Quebec, I go when I was having show in that area, and I made a route over Google again.
That's a nice touch, though. That's a really nice.
It is
touch.
because you make an impression on somebody. So now they've met you in person, they're gonna want to support you. You know what I mean?
Who's there?
It could be a little scary, but
yeah,
just a little creepy.
yeah.
Maybe
Buy my album.
Buy it.
I want to go back on something real quick because we were
Yeah, go
talking
ahead.
about collaborating right before,
Yeah.
and we were talking about like how the French music scene, people are more excited or lean towards collaborating with other artists, which I noticed in the French music scene compared to the English music scene is collaborators in the French music scene won't charge someone for a feature, whereas if you look into the English music scene, you catch these nobodies that are at the same level as you trying to charge for a feature.
125 for a hook.
Like,
I'm
what
like, bro,
the
you have
hell?
7 followers.
What
Relax.
the hell? I probably have more followers than you. Why are you
It's
charging me
25.
for a verse?
Where's my 25?
So that's what I guess people need to appreciate a bit more in the rap French industry, is that people want to work together and they don't want something from you. They just want to do it out of the love and the passion for music.
But again, it's. I think you're right at some point of view, and you're gonna find English people, rapper that don't want to charge also, and you're gonna find artists that just don't want to charge. And in French, you're gonna find some people that already ask me, charging for featuring $1,000. And I said no because I don't have that money for now. But or I don't think it's worth it because
no, it's not. Not if you're at
because
the
it's
same
not
level.
worth it. But it's a choice. You can charge whatever you want because it's the price.
Like if
La loi de l'offre et l'échange.
if you're gonna pay for a feature, get a legend on it or something.
I guess
something.
For
Someone
myself, my
who's like-
featuring is 25,000. Yeah, so
25 G's
listen,
for this.
people, if you take on, no, it's just kidding. I charge. I don't really charge. Some point I charge because I want to also make knowledge to people that
It's a business.
it's a business, and when you've been like working this and all, just doing this, like I don't have a second job. I don't go working on the weekend, and I just work in that part. The rap, the music, the video, the show, the music industry, also my label. So, hustling is all about the way to find your money, and that it's something that
To
you
fund
want,
what you want
you
to
like,
do.
and
Facts, bro.
It's just to fund the future endeavors and stuff like that.
fundamentals.
For the fundamentals.
Fundamentals.
But tell us, how did you get into music and all this? What was the inspiration behind it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how did you wake up one morning, you heard something on TV, or was it your parents that got you into it?
Like, what do you mean? Like the first time, or?
What made
Like,
you
why
want to
rap?
become a rapper?
Oh, well, that's a funny story because I was about 12 years old, And there was back in RDP. I lived there for my young.
East side.
Shout out RDP.
Yes, RDP forever. And I was there, and Jean Gros. There was a show, and there was this guy named MC Pra. Yeah, whatever.
No, I don't remember.
It's just a guy that was there, he was doing this thing, and over the show he was there. Quel est mon nom? MC Pra. Comment me relayer? MC Pra. What's my name? MC Pra. And this guy
that's
was
a
singing
vibe.
in French, in English, in Spanish, and he was shining, and he was there, and everybody was and and I love attention, and I was doing bad thing, I was doing young thing.
You wanted good attention.
Bad,
now.
Yeah,
so-
you're getting the wrong type of attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Allegedly.
So I try to, as I said, I want to be like that, and I try to do some music. And at first, it was not good, I can say it right now. If I remember my even that I began at 12, and my first song I was 17, 18, and it was still not good, but some people remember this song and say, oh, it was a nice song, man, and I remember hearing it at the radio, because down there I was 18 years old and I was dreaming, so I put my cassette. It was a cassette, and I bring it to
Talia's like, what's that? What's a cassette?
Oh, stop. I'm not that young.
before you were born.
I had cassettes as a kid, okay? Relax.
Okay. No, so like it was a cassette, and I bring it to the radio 89.3, and the name of the radio show was Le Cachot, CISM 89.3 FM. That was the guy was a bicycling, and he's a really nice guy, but back in the time he has some big boots and big hair, and like he was white guy, and you're thinking he was listening to hardcore music, not listening to rap, and I was okay. So I guess I give him, and he passed the music, and it was my first time I passed music on the radio.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
No, it was a good feeling
remember my
for
first
a
time. It's a
song
good
that was
feeling.
not really so good for me, but back
We all have those out there.
so
Beginning stage.
It's a
years
hard-
later,
it's
I
a
rem-
wicked feeling, bro.
I remember people saying, I remember hearing you, your first name, my first name rapper was As de Coeur. So, Ace of Heart.
Ace, okay, I was gonna say what Ace of Hearts, huh?
Yeah.
Lover boy over here.
Lover Boy,
Queen
I don't
of
think.
hearts over here. Queen of hearts.
And I was having a group, it was duo, double Ace, double As. The other was Ace of Spade.
See, you can already see the branding from that point. You know what I mean?
I was starting visionary hustling.
Everything
Visionary.
Ace hustle. Yeah, I can see it. Another thing that I wanted to ask, we were a little curious.
Yeah,
Juan,
what's that?
is Juan, you're Latino, obviously?
Yeah, well,
That's
part
what
of my blood is from Peru. My
Peru,
father
that's
come
what it was.
from Peru. So
This motherfucker loves the Inca Trail right here. I'm telling you,
We're going to Peru, baby.
he does. Am I lying?
It's true.
He loves the Inca trails and shit.
well, my father always said, don't underestimate us, Peruvian. We build Machu Picchu.
Yeah, that's where
It's
we're
a fact.
going. Machu Picchu.
That's a fact.
So I always said that as a funny joke, Don't underestimate me, My ancestor built Machu Picchu.
Any musical influences from the Peruvian side or anything like that?
I guess music is. When I was young, I was hearing my father. It's an instrument, Peruvian, and it's a tap, like with
The drum style.
with a hole, and you tap it. And my father was doing, music rhythm like with that. And my grandmother was listening to, very old music. Latino Peruvian, but it's very far. My Spanish side is more. My Peruvian side is more the way you treat people and the way you receive people.
So like the values.
The values and everything that goes around that. When you're receiving people at your house or when you're hosting a show or
Yeah.
when. Or things like that, I try to keep good values and good relation with people. The best, I
Yeah,
can because some
hospitality, man.
cannot.
It's true. It's
It's
important.
Networking is key, especially in this industry. You know?
Yeah, I used to say to people that ask me how to achieve goal in the music, and I said to them, talent is 10%. You rap, I rap, everyone rap. My daughter, 10 years old, rap also, and she's very good. So you should fear her.
You should fear her.
I can't wait to see.
But that's 10%. The rest is also
Hard work.
Hard work. What other thing you can do? Are you just a rapper? Well, why? Where should I take you? Because there's another rapper who do also video and make some beat.
Yeah.
So this is very good for the music industry. There's another rapper that makes some photography and programmation over the website. So it's still good for the music industry. You just rap. So
More avenues. You need more avenues. You can't just.
we
be
need
a
something
rapper.
else. Okay, you're good with money. All right, you're good with numbers, accountable. I don't know. You could say what can you do other? How you talk to other people, the way you act, your personality, the contact you have, and you never know over the years, people that you catch 10 years later might help you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Definitely.
For sure. I think this is actually a perfect segue. We were talking off air about you starting your own record label.
Exactly.
So let the people know more about that.
Well, it is Number Juan Record Inc. Incorporated, and it was over a thought. I said, okay, let's go incorporated, and this, obligates you to put it on another level and try to reach other goals in your life. So it's hard, because I don't know nothing about that, and actually I do know a lot of things in that because I've been in the music for like 25 years, since 1992 I began to write and sing, so I used to know RD Pizar, Rayman, Sans Pression, and all those names. I made some show with them when I was young, and I still in the music. When I made music, I started from friends in RDP also at the young house, Maison des Jeunes.
Maison des Jeunes, yeah.
Yeah, and it was very fun, and now 25 years, 26 years later, I'm still doing it, and a lot of people stop. Actually,
It's perseverance.
I'm the only person that
Still
remains still
Yeah.
making music right now.
It's because you have strive. You have that fire in your eyes.
I think so. So that's why also at some point, people saying when you're 40 years old, you might be old to make some music and might be the end.
That's why you need the label. You need the label so you can get the artists, sign them up.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was natural things to, over the year, being some experience, being the other side, and now, cross the table and
Exactly.
try to be the one that helps other artists to, achieve some new goals and reach higher levels, But for that also, I have to get experience in the music industry, but on the other side of the table, and that's part of also what I'm doing. I do some music production also, similarly to
Video production as well.
combine, so that way, I'm gonna help myself, but if I have an artist, I will produce his video. So in that way, I save money.
That's it. Big
Yeah.
time.
Well, it's all about money. If you want to tell me,
At the bottom, at the bottom line, everything is about money.
it's about money. But even though you can have no money and do a lot of things, and the more money you got, the more problem you got also. So, it's different perception. Like the way you discipline yourself and do things is the way. Like a guy said, the way you do your bed on the morning is the way you're gonna do your life.
I mean, it's super pivotal because the more hats that you can wear on your own, like you said, at the end of the day, you're gonna save all of that money. How long have you been producing? Is this something that you just started, or?
No, actually, I was always producing music at my house. When I was young, also I used to produce beat. And I started produce music over a software in DOS. So DOS,
That's
like
old school.
yeah.
Damn.
So it was a tracker, and it was playing with the speed of the sound. So that was making the notes, and that was very funny because when I think about that right now, and a lot of time I passed for doing that, and it was useless, but it was useful.
Yeah,
in another
you're
way.
building up your ear. You're building up your skill.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. But it was funny because it's old school.
But it's crazy to think like how far the music industry has come from those days to now, where everything is digital. You don't need to go out and buy necessarily all of the hardware. You could do it's all digital now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Of
crazy.
course, if you hack it and you
get
crack it
everything
and
for
you
free,
dank it,
allegedly.
but if you buy it and everything, it can cost a lot of money also. But yeah, it's the war between
Analog and digital.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it's very funny war because purists was gonna say that like the
Analog is
analog
better.
way is better, and the numeric guys, more modern guy, is gonna say, well, it doesn't make a difference because it's the same, and I think in my way, I think analog is a better song because you get a heat on over
You get the warmth.
over the software, the hardware. You get the warmth and the heat that there's nothing really close that can match on numeric, but others say, oh yeah, it can match, But like tapes, they used to wreck over tapes, and there's a certain warmth in that also. So like it's
There's something to be said for the hardware too. Just the signal passing through that actual physical compressor that you can tweak, and the equalizer that you can tweak manually as opposed to doing it digitally.
Yeah.
Personally, I prefer digital just because I'm lazy, though. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
more easy,
yeah.
because it takes less place, and
That's
it
it.
takes more environmental
Yeah,
for the earth.
That's
Less
true, too.
machine.
that's true too.
Less-
When it comes to the whole audio aspect,
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. That's you guys.
Well, like Monsieur, Madame, Tout le monde, like someone that's is listening to the house music in the house won't bother.
Exactly. They don't know the difference.
They don't know the difference really. It's only like people that work in this music industry behind the production and musician.
That listen to the same loop
Mhm.
50 times in a row just to get that right crisp
And
sound.
listen to
Yeah.
in some 50 different speakers also
Yeah,
to just
exactly.
I've sat down with friends that are producers and so on and so forth, and they're like showing you a beat and like, yo, you hear that? Bing! Like they're just trying to show you that one
that-
little thing in it. And me, it drives me crazy when they're trying to show me that.
And you're like, what
Like,
are
I
you
don't
talking
care, I
about?
don't care.
But if you don't have, like, if you're not in it all the time and you're not listening for it and you don't know what you're listening for, you're going to think the person's crazy. But in reality, like, when you're, like I said, listening to the same thing 50 million times in a row, like, you hear those little things that need tweaking, which is why a lot of the times a song can take a year to 2 years to 3 years to be finished, finalized, and mastered, because there's just those little things that a regular person won't hear, but like a sound engineer or producer will be like, nah, it ain't right. Like,
Well,
it's not
like
it.
mastering is its own science on its own, and like
Oh, yeah.
if you've ever met a mastering engineer, I mean, like, some of these guys are the darkest dudes. They just sit in a room with 30 speakers all day long and just
yeah.
listen for the smallest little things that, like, you or me, we wouldn't pick that shit up, but to them, they're offended by this
Yeah.
shit. Like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like,
That's
it's
exactly the
crazy.
point.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's a science. Mastering
It
is a
is.
science.
It is,
also.
and it makes a big difference too. A lot of the music that I hear coming out of the city, not only just Montreal, but just, I guess, independent music as a whole. A lot of it's not mastered or not mastered very well at all. I think that gets looked over a lot.
That's a great point, because at some point I was wondering if I should invest money in mastering and bring my music to another level. Also, like the instrumental that I put over the show, and bring also like mastering instrumental with my vocals, the lower and great mastering instrumental. And I invest money, and it's better. It sounds better, and it creates a better show, and it creates a better ambience. And when you go out and you listen to somebody whose music is sounds no good, at the first thing you're gonna stop.
Exactly.
first thing that's gonna bother you, you're gonna stop. So if it's the music, if it's the lyrics, if it's the way you sing, if it's the way you look,
It's the way it's mixed.
yeah, if the way it's mixed also. So it's producing is a thing, but the artist also has to put the magic twist also. You cannot change something if it's not.
You can't put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig at the end of the day, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of auto-tune rappers too, right? So that's like putting mad polish on a pig. So
Yeah, but there's
could,
but
That's a great analogy.
yeah,
you could.
I agree, but also I think that a lot of people don't kind of like realize that there's actually an art to like singing for autotune, because like a lot of people think it's kind of like steroids. People think, oh, you just do steroids and you're jacked.
Yeah, but
That's not how it works. You still got to work out, bro.
You're not going to do a live show and getting your tune perfectly fine.
What do you mean?
You're gonna go do a live show and you're gonna do this auto tune track.
If they have the
Live.
you could do autotune live.
Yeah.
Of course
Yeah,
you can.
you
Of course you can. But now you're singing off key already.
Yeah.
So I gotta
No,
perfect
But
my
he does.
off key
He does have a
singing.
point though. He does have a point though, because you can use auto tune, but if you're not hitting the notes to a certain extent, it's gonna sound off and it's
Yeah,
gonna sound
because
like
the
shit. And you're just
transition
gonna give.
to have to go to the
And you're just
correction
gonna have to give
is
the
so much
engineer,
big. So it's
whoever's engineering or mixing the track, they're gonna have to work on tweaking every single take that is off key just to make it
Exactly.
sound right.
And-
So he does have a point.
So yeah,
But-
the guy behind that's actually the engineering, that whole thing, the live, I give it up to him.
But
No,
back
but
on my
you're-
point, what
you're
I'm
missing
trying
the
to
point.
say, what I was trying to say is that you could polish a pig, because even if you're off key on every word, the engineer, if they're good enough, they can make you sound like you're on
Polish
key for
a
every
pig.
word.
of course.
Polishing
No,
a
for
pig.
sure you could.
Of course, because they make Donald Trump sing a rap song, or sing some song,
They make
with
Obama
their
sing songs
speeches
and
and
shit. No, so you could. You could.
No, but like the point I was making about like the there being a science to the autotune though is like I know personally guys who they can't sing like formally. Like if you heard them sing, you'd be like, you can't fucking sing.
Yeah.
But they understand exactly how to
How it
use their
works.
voice
Yeah.
to run it through Antares or whatever pitch corrector you're using to make it react exactly the way they want
Yeah.
it to react. There's a super
Yeah,
science to
there
that
is.
shit.
There
really is.
It's just
There
figuring
really
out
is.
how to use your voice so it sounds good with the auto tune. Like,
and there's also some guys that they're cliche and refer to auto-tune like T-Pain.
Yeah.
But when you listen to him without auto-tune,
He's great.
He can
He's
sing.
Yeah.
great
He's
singer.
sing his
That's
ass
what I'm
off.
saying.
Yeah.
know what I
So
mean?
so there's
A
also
perfect
people like that,
example, Ariana Grande, one of like the best vocalists of our times.
Yeah, she's fire.
She uses autotune on her tracks. Thank you next. All
Oh,
her,
she uses auto-tune? Oh.
she uses autotune. Like,
But I feel like the singers that when they use it, it's like they use it just to like tweak a certain
But
aspect.
they
But-
also use it to give them that digital sound, because any
Exactly.
pop music that came out within the last 10 years and that's gonna come out henceforth, it has that digital
it's
sound.
a whole new wave
it's-
of music now,
yeah.
anyways. So
Yeah.
there's a whole different technique with the mixing as there was back in the day. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, producing artists is part of that, discovering discovering what's the recipe for the year that you are right now, what's the feeling, how music is going right now, and what you want, what the artists want, and so, and I was producing music also naturally when I go to other people, and they have their studio, and they're just know something, but they just have the equipment. They don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, I was helping in that when I was younger, and I was producing also, and helping them, already to, you could try to do that, you could try to do that, This is also helping an artist to get a certain level. But I'm not a vocalist, so I know that, if I have a singer like, I think you sing, yeah, I would
think
hire.
so.
No, but you sing some, you sing some song and you
Yeah,
rap
Talia can
also.
sing.
Yeah. So again, she's a fire. She set the thing
Fire.
on fire.
So we're just gonna let it run through, guys. The fire alarm seems to be going off in
They're
today's
testing
episode.
it.
Somebody's hating on us. I feel
Somebody's
like
hating on this
somebody's
episode.
hating
They
on
said
the
Talia's
hustle.
a
Because,
good singer and it went off.
You got a ether meter on me, and I have a sweater.
Yeah, for real. He's in a sweater, ladies. It's hot as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
here,
yeah.
It is, it's hot.
but Big up to you though.
But Juan is
He's in good shape.
He's quick with the comeback, so
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm
Let's
always
keep it
quick,
rolling.
except
Get ready for the next one because it's gonna
except
be a
at the
next
bed.
one.
All right. So producing artists is also, before you were saying repeating some stuff, and repeating your music, and I think also to become a professional at something, you have to repeat it like 1,000 times. You
They
know,
say
1,000
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours, and you
10,000
become a
hours.
professional. You know, so rap also is about repeating. You know, even if it's about what you feel and everything, it's about something that is perfect over a beat. You know, ta 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 ta. It's mathematics.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think
Agreed.
and when you repeat it, I can see it a grill of time right here over this table.
That's
you
your
know?
grid right there.
Yeah, I see my grill, and I see a time. You see 4 time, 1, 2, 3, 4. So kick, snare, kick, snare.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see the time. It's perfect. And when you enter the rap with the rapping theory, you can understand that your mouth is like a music instrument, and every sound is represent a note, like a black or a white or a double or a triple.
Another thing too, I think to be the greatest and to get to that level is you have to be able to accept criticism, constructive criticism. I've worked with some artists that they don't want to hear it. Like they don't want to hear it.
That's
And
the
it's like
worst.
you have so much potential to be better than what you are now, and you don't want to hear anyone's advice because you think the way you did it is the way it needs to be, like needs to sound. It is like, if you want to be the greatest people, accept criticism, because you need that to learn, to evolve, to get better, to and
Yeah.
I appreciate what you're doing here is that you said you're starting up a label now because
Because I
you're
want
getting
things
to
to
a
get
certain
on fire.
point.
Came back.
You're getting to a certain point in your career and in your life where it's like it's time to pass on the spotlight. And
Exact.
what you're gonna do with your artists, I'm assuming, is you're gonna give them that push, that creative, constructive criticism, so that they get better and do better.
Exactly, and it's at some point it's like a sport and coach. Like I will coach them in the producing music. I will coach them in the video. I will coach them in the singing also. But if I think I don't have the knowledge or the quality to help him, I'm gonna get somebody to
come in and
to
do
come
it.
and help you. A vocalist, if you need to work your vocal, and if you need to work your mise en scène. I don't know how you say that in English, but like
You know, saying,
metteur en scène, mise en scène.
I'm just saying if anybody knows.
It
put on the
doesn't.
spot.
Yeah. Well,
Let's not dwell too long on
That's
it.
good. Yeah.
Next.
Let's keep it
okay.
moving.
It doesn't matter. Well, like if you combine everything, what I was saying, I forgot now.
The sounds and mise en scène.
Yeah, mise en scène. Whatever. That's all about
I
it.
got something I want to ask you.
Yeah, go
let's
ahead.
Let's say tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
you hit the lottery,
Yeah.
30 million, 40 million,
70 right now.
70 million
Yeah.
dollars.
Sheesh, gotta
Yeah.
play.
What's the plan for Juan?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Same plan.
Same thing. Actually,
bigger?
I already have this question a lot of time in my head, and if I would have 1 million, 2 million, $10 million in my account bank, I wouldn't tell anyone. And I would do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would, rent my 5.5 apartment that I pay about $700. And I would drive my little car, SUV.
You would buy no new jewelry though? Come on.
No jewelry.
Bro, I would have a chain this big.
This big?
Oh yeah, you would know if I would hit the lotto. I'd have so much jewelry on it, it'd be ridiculous. I'd have diamonds in my face and shit.
look like
Yeah,
Liberace
the
over
guy,
here.
the rock in the head.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I
No?
think I'd look like a Claffy if I did that.
You already do.
That's funny. She loves me though. She loves
Yeah,
me.
I
Don't get it
think
twisted.
so.
I love
She does.
Tech. That's why I can bash on him. But he bashes on me too. Don't get it twisted, people.
For sure, all day.
Oh, it's your thing. I don't want to bash nobody. Love, peace, and happiness.
That's a
That's
fact.
it.
No penis.
So you have your strategy. Even
Yeah.
if you win the lottery, you're still gonna keep it the same.
Well, actually, I come from a family that didn't got a lot of things in life.
So you know.
My
how to
father
appreciate.
worked hard to have what he got, and what he got, he stick to it. So I think I don't need a lot of things to be happy in life. And some other people like need a car, a big car, great house, things like that. Of course, if I'm in that thing, if I have a big house, because life give me a big house, I will take it, and I will live in it. And if life give me money, then I will take it. But
So be
I
grateful for what you have.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
that's the way I think, because at some point maybe I'm wrong, because maybe I'm putting myself barrier to achieve, you know, more successful thing, and achieve more money in my life, you know, more
Abundance, yeah.
abundance,
But that could be a good thing for you.
you know.
Could
But
be
I stick
keeping
to
you
the
level-headed,
philosophy.
you know what I mean?
Sick, it's a silk philosophy that a guy told me one day. He said the amount of money that you're gonna make in your life is already the destiny of money is already
Predetermined.
written, you know, and whatever you do, you will have the same amount of money that is already predicted to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, work hard, do your best, and be happy, you know, and try to bring people happy around you, you know. Even if you see darkness all around you, try to bring happiness around you, because there's a lot of darkness, and the darkness has a lot of force also to use to share their darkness, you know.
That's a great philosophy.
So
That is-
soldiers of lightness, you know, what weapon do we got, you know, like when you try to do great things and you try to achieve good action. Example, I was doing back in the days, I was doing a web series that was called 3-2-1 Bonne Action, and I was doing good deeds. And you know, people were laughing, and people were saying, "Oh, you're not doing this for the good reason," and
Because it's on camera and all that.
because it's on
Yeah.
camera
Yeah.
and everything like that, you know. But they don't matter share somebody killed people, you know,
Exactly.
in
But they
live, and
don't- they
share
don't-
it all around the world.
Exactly.
They forget to realize that, yeah, you're putting it on camera, but you're putting it on camera to spread the word, to show people like
You can do
there's
it too.
still good on this planet, and there's still good in people's hearts. And yeah, it might look wrong that you're filming someone who has less, but at the end of the day, it's like you're just trying to spread a message that like you could still spread love. Stop being fucking haters.
Yeah.
Fuck all the haters.
Personally,
man.
I'd rather see
Fuck the
you.
haters.
I'd
Yeah.
rather see you doing something nice for somebody than seeing a fight in the middle of the street with
Yeah.
4 people on World Star Hip Hop. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well,
So-
it's
And then it goes
that's
back-
not the stats what they saying.
But all this goes back
Exactly.
to what he was saying before, is values. You know, you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have values, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You're a piece
So-
of shit human being. after.
Yeah.
So
you're
I
a
guess
piece of shit.
the main part of my the main part of my hustle about my recording label and my video production and everything that I do in life is about respect, values, and you know, it's about do the good thing and try to bring people upper. You know, I was doing that naturally. You know, make laugh people also. I'd always do that, you know, naturally, camera or not camera, helping people, always doing that also, camera or not camera. So, you know, when they sing, "Oh, you're filming," I'm not filming everything, because you can have it all day also, you know. You could have a 24/7 show about me making you laugh and helping other people and things like that, but maybe some people could handle, because, you know, they can't do it like that, you know. And I'm not saying to those people you should do it, you know, you should be like me. No, I'm just saying I feel like that, you know, because I want to help people, and that in that way I help people in music production, and I help them in music video, and I help them also in show. You know, a lot of artists that came in show, I told them, you know, grab the mic like this, not over the
Yeah, don't come
Yeah,
to
you
like
grab it here. on
Yeah,
the
no.
handle.
But it's main thing, you know. Well, I've been doing this a lot of time. Yeah, I know,
you're
but you
clouding
know,
your
it sounds,
voice.
it
Can't
sounds.
hear you, bro.
Clouding
It
your
sounds
voice.
nasty, you know. There's a frequency that you put when you do like this, and it's nasty, man. So that's it, man. You know, coaching artists.
Yeah, I think the world needs more people like you.
That's
the
why-
the industry needs more people like you.
That's why he's number one.
Yeah.
Okay? He's number one
Yeah, number Juan.
because he has the number one values,
Thanks.
the number one respect.
Definitely.
I try, you know, but at some point, you know, there's a, how can you say, there's a part who's hustling, you know, and you got also hustling, and it's a business, and sometimes it's not personal, you know, it's just it's not gonna work because you know, it's not gonna work, and it's
I
not.
feel like you dropped a lot of gems today. And
I was
one
just
thing,
about to get to
oh,
that,
we're gonna
He
get
read
there.
my mind. He
We're
read
gonna
my
we're gonna
mind.
get there. But I feel like you dropped a lot of gems today, and I feel like part of the reason you're able to drop those gems is because these things come with experience, with wisdom, with age. And like, you know, in hip hop culture, especially in rap culture, we tend to, when somebody passes a certain age, it's like, oh, he's an old head now. But like what the, yeah, but what the younger folks
OG.
need to realize is you need an OG. You need an OG. You can't just do it because listen, when I was 18, 19, 20s, I thought I knew everything about everything. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was one of those guys, Mr. Arrogant, cocky motherfucker. You can't tell me nothing about anything. I know it. I know whatever there is to know about something, I know it, right? You get a little bit older, you realize I didn't know shit back then. I was a fucking idiot. I sounded like an idiot. I fucking made myself look like an idiot for being such an arrogant jackass. So basically what I'm trying to say for the younger folks watching, listening is that don't just brush somebody to the side because we're in hip hop and we may be a little bit older. It's like, learn from that person instead of saying, oh, he's old, he doesn't know what's going on in today's world, in today's society. No. Learn what you can from every single person that you network with, because the more knowledge you have, knowledge really is power, and knowledge is key.
Absolutely. And at one point, the way I used to think when I go over, because I work and help a lot of people in the music video also, come set up a video clip and things like that, and being helping for 12 hours free benevola, but the things I love the most is to be the idiot, and to not know nothing, and you learn a lot more when you don't know nothing, and you learn a lot more when you don't speak. The more you're listening, the more you're gonna learn.
If you can leave the viewers
Yeah.
with one ultimate gem, drop a gem on them.
A gem?
A gem.
What's a gem?
A gem
A
is
diamond, a piece of knowledge that's real important.
Yeah.
We need a sound effect. Bling.
All right. Well, the best thing you can do if you want to hustle in the music industry, is to never give up. That's the first thing. Second of all is to always have good vibes, good energy, and spread love around you. And the third advice is to always keep you advanced and knowing what's going on, what's the technology, what's the knowledge, always get some more knowledge. The more you know, the more you're powerful. And also, last piece of advice is always have some great value, respect other people, and encourage other also, because the more team you work together, the more powerful you are. If you're only one person, you're gonna have maybe a big pie. But if you were like 100 person, you're gonna have small piece of a bigger pie.
Exactly.
So you need to work together also, because the power is to the unify. So thank you also everyone here for the invitation. It was very nice to come.
We definitely got to bring you back in the future, because I know you have more projects that you're working on. There's going to be something that you're going to want to sit down and talk
it was nice
about.
too, because speaking of hustling, it's a great thing.
You're naturally born, man. You're a hustler.
You need to hustle. So I'll keep that for
that's your payment for today.
That's his fee right there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for watching another episode of the Hustle Podcast.
Yes.
Salute.
Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos, and these are my co-hosts. I'm Talia. And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio. You may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle. Take money, make money, build a future forever. Even in stormy weather, we execute for treasure. The grind is real, Got the willpower, Terrence Howard, hustle with flow.